This week on Earth Radio, the war in Iran puts the world in an energy crisis. The United States uses taxpayer money to dismantle a clean energy project, and more of the biggest stories affecting our planet. I'm your host, Rebekah Hendricks, and first, we are taking a look back on the warmest decade on record. This week, the United Nations confirmed that the last 11 years, starting way back in 2015, have been the hottest years ever recorded on planet Earth. This conclusion is based on data dating back to 1850 from the World Meteorological Organization, or the WMO. In the last decade, the rate of global warming has accelerated by around 75%. These rising temperatures mean more than hot summer days or snowless winters. Climate change is expensive. Heat affects crops, which leads to widespread food insecurity. The climate throws the weather out of whack, causing more frequent natural disasters. Just 10 of the costliest natural disasters in 2025 racked up $120 billion in economic losses. All of this doesn't even begin to touch on the impact this has on the natural world. As ice caps melt and ocean temperatures rise, sea levels will rise. These changes will destroy marine and coastal ecosystems that are already struggling to survive. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says the planet is in a state of emergency. These rising global temperatures have a major impact on our health, but poor countries will suffer the most losses in massive heat waves. Contrary to the terrifying pop culture depictions of tornadoes and earthquakes leveling cities, heat waves are actually the deadliest form of extreme weather. A report from the Climate Impact Lab projects that by 2050, 10 times more people in low-income countries will die due to extreme heat than in wealthy countries. To put that gap into perspective, in wealthy countries, 39,000 people are projected to die due to heat-related illness, which is very different than 391,000 people projected to die in low-income countries. Poor nations don't have that many solutions at their disposal. They could try to lower their carbon footprint, but the vast majority of carbon emissions come from wealthy nations. Ultimately, adaptation will be necessary to save lives. Investments in cooling centers and air conditioning in poor regions facing extreme heat could potentially save hundreds of thousands of lives. The ongoing war in the Middle East is causing a global energy crisis. Iran's near-total blockade of the Strait of Hormuz is preventing oil from reaching the rest of the world. This is the largest disruption in the history of the global oil market. Oil and gas prices have skyrocketed around the world, and this crisis has caused the United States, the United Kingdom, and Japan to release 400 million barrels of oil from their emergency reserve. This has never been done before. Because of this, the International Energy Agency is asking consumers to make efforts to decrease the demand for oil. The agency urges consumers to work from home, drive slower, and cook with electric appliances to lower the demand for fossil fuels. Amidst this oil crisis, renewable energy has also taken a hit. The Trump administration offered to pay Total Energies nearly $1 billion taxpayer dollars to stop the construction of 2 wind turbine projects off the coast of the U.S. The administration claims that the wind turbines pose a national security risk, but federal judges have dismissed these claims in court. The company working on these projects, Total Energies, is one of the 6 super major oil companies, and it sits amongst the largest greenhouse gas emitters in history. The company said it would reinvest the huge sum from the administration back into U.S. oil and gas projects. More than 160 organizations have called for Lee Zeldin, the head of the Environmental Protection Agency, to be fired. An open letter signed by 163 health and environmental groups claims that Zeldin has, quote, betrayed the mission of the agency. The EPA has a stated mission to protect human health and the environment, but many groups feel that Zeldin's decisions during his first year at the head of the agency have directly contradicted this mission. Zeldin has claimed falsely that the use of fossil fuels does not affect the climate and cause global warming. As a result, it is unsurprising that he does not believe it is the EPA's duty to reduce the nation's use of fossil fuels. The open letter claims that American lives are at risk if Zeldin remains in his position. If you want to learn more about the stories covered in today's episode, check out the full articles published on earth.org and linked in the show notes. Earth Radio is produced, edited, scored, and written by Rebekah Hendricks. This week's stories are reported by Martina Igini. Earth.org is supported by listeners and readers like you. Visit our website to donate to our climate coverage.